Good evening, Queen. How are you? I'm trying to read your comment. Let me leave my phone here. So today we're making up this square neck corset top. You know this square neck that they put on her. I'm going to be using a jean that my sister gave to me. So we're gonna draft a pattern. I'll try as much as possible to go to the Queen. So we can go ahead and do the sewing together. So I'm going to start by drawing the baseline. Once I'm done doing so, next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead, I will mark shoulder measurement, divide, I will put shoulder measurement. Shoulder measurement is 14, divided by 2 is going to give me 7. But because we're making a top that does not have sleeve to it, okay, we minus 1 inch from there. So I'm going to be left with 6 inch. I'm going to mark that point up. I'll go ahead and slant it down by 1 inch for the shoulder slope. I'm going to move now to my armhole depth, which is still the shoulder divided by 2. Now, I'm going to go ahead and draw a straight line like this. Then I'm going to do like this. Okay? Once I am done doing so, the next thing I'm going to do, I want to just go ahead and hold this up so it would not move when I'm working on. Okay. Now what I will do is to go ahead and just connect my shoulder slope like this for now. Okay. Then I'm gonna measure on whatever I have here, which is 7 inch divided by 2. It's gonna give me 3.5. I'll mark. I'm gonna go in by 3/4 inch. I'll come here, I'll put 1/4 of the bust. Round bust I'm working with is 34. Divided by 4 is going to give me 8.5. I'll go ahead, connect these points up to here, from here to here. Alright. And I want to make sure that it's not looking too curvy, neither is it looking funny. Right. Then now what I'm going to do is to go ahead and mark from the shoulder to the bust point, which mine is 10 inch. Shoulder to the under bust, which is 13.5. And the length of this top I'm going to be working with, I will do My half length is normally 15 inch, so it's going to be 17. Let's just say 17 inch. We will draw those points up with a straight line. Now I'm going to come here and do the same thing. Draw it up with a straight line, and here up with a straight line. After I'm done doing so, let me check if my volume is on. Yeah, okay. So here I have the chest line, here the bust point line, and here the under bust line, and here the length of it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'll be marking up, I'll come to the under bust, put 1/4 of under bust divided by, round under bust is 30 divided by 4 is going to give me 7.5. I'll do waist. You can still do the same thing. You can just mark the under bust, but there's a difference. For me, there's a difference. So I'm going to mark round waist divided by 4. So we're going to just go ahead and try to connect these points up together. So this is it. Now, once we're done doing so, I want to come here. Good TV. I'm going to come to the chest line. You can choose to go up by 2 inches. You can choose to do 3 inches. It's up to you, depending on how deep you want it to be. I'm going to connect it up like that. Now, after that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead. I'll be marking up my nipple to nipple, which we were supposed to do that before, but I decided to do it now. Mine is 7 inch divided by 2 is going to give me 3.5. I'm going to come here and mark 3.5, and I'm going to mark it all the way straight like this. After doing so, what I'm going to do is to get my dart. To mark the dart, what I'm going to do is to go ahead now. I will come to the waist. I'm going to come to the waist. I will do, let's just say 3/4 inch and 3/4 inch here, or you can do half inch, okay? Let's do half inch here and half inch here. Then here we're going to do 3/4 inch on the under bust line, 3/4 inch. Now the bust point, I'm going to go down by half an inch, just half an inch. At the top of the line, I'll go up by half an inch. Right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to connect these points up like that, and I'm going to do the same thing up like this. Now after doing so, I'm going to go ahead and flip up my French curve just like this. I want to make sure it's a little bit curvy, but not too curvy. Alright, like this. Okay, now we want to come here and adjust it up, but remember that this is a square neck, so you don't want to make it looking funny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to mark, you can do let's just do a half inch. I'm going to go ahead and connect it all the way to that half inch that I went up. And that half inch that we went up from the chest, the bust point line, is just to create ease around there. Right? You can decide. You can just, if you want, you can just connect it all the way. For example, if I don't want to get that half inch, I'm going to connect all the way to this point like that and like this. Okay? But if you want to create ease around there, go ahead and go up by half an inch. Now, what I'm going to do is I'll decide how I want my straps to be. I'm going to go ahead and mark 2 inch for the straps. I'm going to connect this 2 inch here like this. You can do 2 inch, you can do 1 inch. You see what I've just done there, right? automatically what I have there is about 4.025, yeah, 4.025. Now what you want to do is to decide how you want this part to be. Okay, is to decide how you want this part to be. So you can choose to go ahead and give it a little curve. Come down here, you can choose to come down here by 2 inch, or even better still by 3 inch, depending on how long you want the top to be. Okay, so for example, if I want it to be 3 inch, 3 inch is going to be too long, I know. Let's do 2.5 inch. Then I'm going to come to the waist. I'll go up by 2 inch. At this point, what you're going to do is either you can go ahead and connect it up like this, depending on what you want to achieve. You can connect it up like this. So let me mark that 2 inch from here, 2.5 inch from here. This is it. You can choose to place it up like this and connect that up, or you can choose to do it up like this, depending on what you want to achieve. Okay, depending on what you want to achieve, you can do this up, or you can connect this up. It's up to you. Like I said, it's up to you. So I'm going to be doing this part. And if you don't want it to be pointed here, like you want it, if you don't want it square, what you're going to do is to connect it all the way. You can mark 2 inch from here, like this. From here you go in like 2 inch. Then when you get there, you stop. Then when you get here, you're going to just round it up like that. If you don't want it to be sharp here, all right? So depending, like I said, depending on what you really want to achieve. Okay, so instead of me going to make it sharp, I'm going to do something like this. Now I'm going to go ahead and add up the dart allowance that I took from there. Okay, so I am going to come here. Remember, we just marked the measurement, 1/4 of the measurement. We did not replace back this dart allowance. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to replace this dart allowance, which is 1/2 inch both sides, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to go ahead and mark 1 inch here. On the other box, I'm going to mark that 3/4 inch, 3/4 inch both sides. And then this part here is going to affect the neck of the the neck and the sleeve too. So the straps too. It's a small little straps. So what you want to do is just measure up. What I have there was 1 inch. I'm going to go ahead and extend this 1 inch here. You see, you can go ahead and extend it, or you leave it up like this if you don't want that. Okay, you can leave this up like this. Then we have to come here now and add again this 1 inch. You see, then I'm going to come here and also do 1 inch. See what I've just done, right? Now I'm going to go ahead and connect the shoulder line all the way to that point. Then to connect it, mark in, connect it all the way to that point which we've just. All right, you see, now we're going to go ahead now and mark up our 2 inch from here. Mark up our 2 inch from here. Then you can go ahead and connect it up like this. Like I said, if you want, you can just use the same. This is what we're going to be using from here to here. Don't make that mistake. This is our 2 inch, meaning that this part here we're not going to be needing. Or like I said, or you go ahead, don't do this. All right, normally we do this when we are making up a like an equine neckline, or when you're working on a princess that you want to do some adjustment there, that you don't want everything to be short. Because normally if I do this up, everything is going to fit perfectly and it's not going to affect up the width of the neckline. Okay, Or if you want yours to be more smaller, you can go ahead. So for this point, what I'm going to do is I will not be using this line up, so it's useless. And then this 1 inch we added is useless for now. I'm just showing an example. If in case you're working on something, you can just go ahead and reconnect that up. So this is what we're going to be using. This is what we're going to be using for it. You can see how tiny it is. Okay, so like I said, you can do your square here, you can do a little bit of you. So after which I've added up that measurement here, I added this 1 inch here. I'm going to do the 1 inch here. This 1 inch you need to replace it back. So at this point you're going to realize that it's going to be a little bit longer than here. You can connect it up here. Then I will just have to go ahead and reconnect this up. I'm going to do a straight line. Okay. Okay. I'll be using this piece to cut off the back so that things are going to be easier. So first of all, I'm going to level them up. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to be using this piece to cut off the back. But this part here, we're not going to be needing it. The back, what we're going to do from this point, we just cut it straight. Alright, so let me go ahead and do this. I'm checking this one. So sorry guys, this is the original line I'm going to be using for this part. So I had to go ahead. I marked 2 inch. I had to go ahead and recheck that up. So that's just the line. This line here. This is the line that we added from this point to here. So we'll not be needing that point. Look at how I'm cutting it, so you know, go ahead and make mistakes while you're trying to cut yours. So as you can see, I'm not cutting on that line, but instead I'm cutting from the other inner line. Okay. Like I said, we're going to be using this to cut off the back. We're going to be using this to cut off the back. Alright, so let me quickly go ahead and trim this up. For the back, we're going to be adding at least ½ an inch this part. So like I said, it's my sister pants that I'm going to be using to make this. I'll say this. I wanted to make something like this, so you're gonna see and how this is gonna go. We are first of all going to cut the back before we move now to the front. How old are you? Give me green quiet. But I'm distracted without you. I don't know how to focus, baby. Just and remember that this dart, the back, we are not going to be doing a dart like this. The back is just going to be simple. So mm, making it that we have to do the back. This is what we're going to be using for this. I'm running late. I'm not a coffee drinker. I should have unstaged this before. I don't know how to focus, baby, choose me out soon. So I'm going to be cutting it from here. We still have to knead it. No? Listen to my music, okay? So I always like to work with music. Hoping that this is going to be we're kind of very tiny person. So the back, what we're going to do, we're not going to be needing all this. Okay, so And remember that I said the back, we're going to be cutting it from this part. No, from here, not this part, from here. So I'm just going to try to fold this Alice straight. This is how the back is going to be. And the back, we're going to be adding loops to it. Back is not going to be too deep. So I'm going to leave around 1/2 inch at the top here. Okay. Okay. Remember, so we've not added any allowance. So I'm going to be adding about for the backs, we're going to be adding loops to it. So I'm going to just cut it from here. Normally when you're adding loops, you have to go ahead and minus some inches to it. But because I do not add enough sewing allowance, I'm going to be leaving at least 1 inch. Normally I'm supposed to minus at least 1 inch from there. So this 1 inch is going to serve for the sewing allowance. No. You are the reason. When I take that up. This part is very thick. Like I said, for the back, normally what we do is to take away at least 1 inch from there. But since I do not add sewing allowance for the back, I will not be minus that 1 inch. So move the back now aside. And if you realize that after we should cut this, it's going to be a little bit shorter. So you need to replace back that space that is shorter. This is what I mean. Look at, this is the point where it was, right? If you put this point up, you see that it's about 1/2 inch shorter here. So we replace that 1/2 inch. Here, let's see what I have there. You are the reason. You can't hear me. This is oh, hold on. And the battery is low. Sorry, I'm sorry about that. Can you hear me now? If you realize I do not add half inch, we will need a half inch to join. When we're adding half an inch. No, I also add half an inch here. Network is bad. Zambia. Love is gone. That your love is gone. That your love is gone. I'm sorry, you don't leave me. I'm glad you be with me now. Your love is gone. Hey. That your love is gone. Your love is gone. I'm supposed to add a half an inch here. I'm trying to avoid this thick part here. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot this. Love is gone. So we already added our allowance at the sides. The peak. And this is for the dark. I'm gonna come a little bit. Okay, let's see something. So I'm trying to manage all this fabric because I see. Let's see what we have to do. No, it's not going to be enough. Okay. Let's see. Alright. I want to stitch this part up and press that up. I don't have time to do so, so I'm just gonna beat. Okay, so we're gonna be adding half an inch here. You can add up to 3/4 inch, but make sure that whatever you're adding it, you have to take it away. And then remember we already added you know something I forgot to ask. So I forgot to add the allowance at the side here. I'm gonna fit. I almost forgot, so I'm gonna just pull this a little bit here. The sewing allowance, you did not add sewing allowance when I was doing the drafting. I'm adding just half an inch. Okay. Okay guys, so now let's see if we can get the lining out of it. You need a lining for the top. Even though I love you. I'm trying to see something. See what I have there, so we can get the lining for the top. Just waiting for the top all day. Okay, you know something? I'm using another fabric. Since it's not stretched, right? I'm just gonna go ahead now. I will draw a line, a straight line. Then from that straight line, I'm gonna mark 1.5 inch because 1 inch is gonna be small. And another 1.5 inch. So we are going to cut some loops that I'll be using for it, you know. Thank you for this. Okay, since we did not get a chance to get uh, oh, see this one. Let me cut this one right here. We not get a chance to get the loops directly. We're gonna make sure that we use another fabric now for the loops. So we're using an African print. This is how the back is gonna be, right? So it's gonna be like this. Then loops is gonna go. So I'll be using an African print for this part for the interfacing. All right, you just say I'm going to be using it. This is going to be hoping that. Let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it reversible. So I have to choose a fabric that I really like to use for this. I'll make it reversible, okay? So that if I don't want, I can use a lot of the other sides. Since that fabric is not stretchy, let me see, it's not stretchy, so I'm going to be using this African print to put it inside. I should have chosen another one, but this is what no, I'll use this one because I prefer this one. Okay. Small portion of it. Put this aside. Let's go ahead. See now, I'm going to use. Yeah. I'm gonna pick the back. So the other side is gonna be a text, a jean piece, while the other side will be African print. Isn't that beautiful? My battery is low. It's now that I'm even seeing that somebody, you can't hear me. I think this battery is low. That's why I stopped me. Because I have connected it. So let's make a WhatsApp group so that if someone have a design but don't know what to cut, we help each other. Okay, it's not a good idea. That's a very good idea. Okay. Okay. Then I'm trying to notch you. Notch you too. Notch here. Now we must use this part here. I'm gonna see if we can remove something good from here. The whole of this under. So let's run. We're gonna be using that up, okay? So we have all our pieces. I have the back right there. I have the front here. So we want to make sure it join up here, right? So we're gonna have. All right. So this part here is supposed to match up. So if it is long, I just have to go ahead and trim that up because the length is supposed to be the same. The length is supposed to be the same. The sides that's going to be joining, so we need to make it a little bit. It should be the same. Now we have this part up here. I'm thinking that this is going to be enough for the loops, but I don't want to. Okay, now that we are done doing so, the next thing I want to do is I'm gonna see what I can do here. We need to cut a straight piece. I don't want to cover the pocket, but yeah. There's no way one can cut without having to pass through the pocket. I know I should have done this earlier, but I just wanted to show you that you can use your texture to make whatever you want with your top with it. This is the one I could even get because my sister is not, she's kind of very slim like me. this time. I don't want to. I don't know. This time we're gonna use if not we're gonna use the African print if it is not enough. So you have to first of all just go ahead and fold this inward like that. I'm gonna be stitching. This is going to be a little bit hard to turn it, so I'm going to just fold in like that and stitch. But before we go ahead to do so, let's join all the pieces. This is the front, right? The front being let me set my iron on to see. Give you the press. Open. So I did not even notch this part anyway. It's going to be joining up here. So notch here. I'm going to try to unstitch this because you know it's going to be too thick. Even if I stitch that up, it will be too thick for me to turn it. Let's see if we can do that or not. I'm just scared that it's going to be too thick for me to try to. You can see what I'm just doing is to place right side facing right side. Now, before we go ahead to stitch everything up, like this. Okay, normally we're supposed to stitch like this, like this, like this. Okay, we have to stitch like this, like this. Okay, because see, we still need to like this. Let me say it again, like this. We're gonna leave the side seams open. This side too, we're gonna leave it open because we'll be adding loops to it. Okay, so let me go ahead and try to create those loops. Somebody, you, somebody hold me. So I'm going to be stitching like this. We'll be needing around, let's just say, for both the sides, the back, we'll be needing how many loops? I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, making it 10. So we're needing 10. Making around 10 loops. So let's just go ahead and stitch our loops. Okay, I'm gonna change the needle. The needle I have there is too big. Let me see. I'll be using 90. This one is 110. Okay. First of all, we'll be creating loops for this. You can just go ahead and fold like this, and fold like this, and pick will create it up. What can I do without your friend? Are we not seeking? What can I do without? Are we kicking me out? So I'm gonna. I have some elastic, but that elastic is kind of very tiny. you realize the stuff, what if you realize? What if you realize that? So I'm going to be cutting now is 2.5 inch. My battery is low. If I had this one, long one, I would have. But it's not. If I had long one, I should have designed the downward part of the top. But anyway, we're going to turn it with the line. We're not turning it. So how many do you have here? We have 5. Okay. I'm looking for that chalk that I have it here. What I have there is about 9.5. We're gonna be leaving her 1/2 inch both sides. Yeah, 9.5 will be left with 9 inch. So we're gonna leave 1/2 inch here. Let's see, 1/2 inch here and 1/2 inch at the top because meaning. So what we have in between there should be 8.5. Okay. Let's see. First of all, let's do one is gonna go here. Then the other one, let's make it 2 inch. Let's see. We're going to be having 5, 6, around here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Well, the loops is gonna take and fold and place it right there. This is gonna be a little bit thick. So I would prefer that this is going to be thick. It's going to be really thick, so it's going to be tricky to stitch. So where I mark, that is where I'm going to be adding loops. Okay, that's where I'm going to be adding up the loops to it. So this part I have 5. This other one, let's go ahead. Remember, I'll be leaving her 1/2 inch both sides. I'm gonna come here, mark 1/2 inch. Bye. I'm gonna mark 2 in, 2 inch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and start stitching. Because this is quite very thick, it's going to be a little bit tricky for us to stitch. So I advise you, this is how we're going to be putting. We'll take each loop, we'll just place it here, we'll stitch like this. And I'm gonna stitch. Because if I'll stitch first before I go ahead and add up the lining. I know what has fallen. Okay, my water. tricky to sew because it's quite thick. But all we just want to do now is just to hold a little bit. Take the other one. Now place it. I'm placing it right on top of the lines that I marked. Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and stitch. Do it like this so it will be easier for you to go ahead and just, rather than pinning it, because when you're pinning it, it's quite tricky. Now pick this other part, fold and place it up here. Like I said, I'm going to be leaving half an inch at the hem. Okay. You see, I've just joined it, the loops to it, right? I'm going to be flipping out like that. You can make yours, instead of adding 5, you can do 7 to make them join. But this is fine. So I've just joined the side of it. I've joined the armhole. I've just, so we have the side open. Okay, let's leave it for now open. I'm going to be joining this part up. I have to take it to the machine, press it well. So we're going to be adding up our loops here, the 5 loops to the other side. Like we have to add, like we did to the other one first of all, because if we do this, I try to backstitch on the loops, okay? You see, I try to backstitch there so that it's gonna hold it well. Taking my time not to actually go ahead. My loops, I take this up. Okay guys, so we are going to actually, let me set my iron on so we can go ahead and do, you have to press that up, everything up now, and everything flat, okay? I'm sorry, I joined this part up. So first of all, what I'm going to do, you need to notch this corner here, the part that curvy right there. Then take it to the ironing board, press it to lay everything flat. cutting my thread. This part we don't need to mash that up, but this one actually what we're going to do is to trim any excess that we don't need right there. We're going to trim this part right close to that end, but making sure I don't cut the thread. Then just go ahead and do the trimming here. Okay, we need now to turn also this part here, all right, this top part. But before we go ahead and turn it, we need to check if there's anything looking funny. We trim that off. Make sure to cut all your curve, notch, and I'm gonna just come here and do this up. See where our breast is going to go in, right? We need to press this up. I'm going to press this, then I'll have to join the lining to men's piece. Let me just go ahead and do this open, come back. I'm going to do only two the, now let me do the bow piece. So my iron is set on and I'll be using my tailor hand that we created already, remember? We created our tailor hand, so this is what we're going to be using today. Then if you want, you can go ahead and add a cup to it, the cup inside, so that at least we don't need to wear a bra. I've just kept the iron on for now because we still need to press this on. Now we're gonna go ahead. I've just pressed this, so you can see this is where our breast is going to go in, right? Like I said, you can add up a cup to it. It's up to you, so that you don't need to wear a bra. So I'm gonna place it right side, facing right side. I'll make sure that we mash up this part here. Okay, I'm gonna mash it up and pin. And then you can really add hemming gum to lay everything flat. So what I want to do now is just to take it up and stitch like that, and then come here and stitch like this to keep it neat. Okay, the side seam for now is going to be open for now. So if you're learning this, if you've watched this tutorial from the beginning, you should be able to fill up the pattern like this. Of this top right now. And I have so I'm looking for that choke. I'm looking for my choke. So now we have to go ahead and trim all the excess that we don't really need right there. Okay, making sure that everything is good and neat. And you're going to notch those angles. And make sure not to cut it through, okay? Let's go ahead and notch those angles that are going to be a little bit tricky to turn. Notch them up. Okay. I'm going to try as much to notch this, but making sure that we are not cutting up the thread. Now, tricky to turn. Let's see if we can hook this up. No, guys, we're not turning this for now. But instead, let's turn this one because we're going to be putting this inside. Let's see if we can actually hook this up and bring this out. Yeah. Kind of a little tricky. Okay. We have to go ahead and press everything flat. Press it flat. We have to press it flat. And we have not created up the straps yet. I don't know if I have something blue or black. Yeah, I'm not creating up the strap yet. The strap is quite very easy. You read that one, everybody can do it. So we're just gonna go ahead and press it up, right? Okay, press this flat like this. You're gonna see what I will do. So guys, now we have a lot of things on the table at the same time. So this is it. You just press it. This is how it's going to be. Right? Can you see that? Can you see this? Can you see this? Right, so I'm loving it already. You see this, right? Oh, I think Guys, can you see it? I don't know why. Okay, my tablet, I think the battery is low. That's why it's making like that. So this, just move all these little things aside. So this is it. This is the back. That's gonna be. We've just pressed this up, as you can see. Now this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this. Make sure that we're gonna make sure we place lining to lining. Let's just assume this is lining. So I'm gonna take this, put it inside here like this. We have to take it to the top. By doing so, I think I have to use a safety pin to pass this up to the top. So we're gonna take this. Look at what I'm doing. This part is going to go with this part. Make sure you place the right side facing the right side. I'm going to put it inside here like this. Bring it up. Good idea. Bring it up like this. Okay. Remember, I'm putting lining to lining. Right. Making sure it's inside. I'm also going to take this, place my lining to lining, my jean to jean. I go ahead and just come here like this. I'm going to put it inside. I'm going to bring it up to the top here. Let's see what we have there. Okay. We bring it up here like this. Now I'm going to come here. Let's see. I'm going to pull this a little bit to match up, making sure this fit up here perfectly. I'll just go ahead and give some pins. Pin it right there. Making sure everything aligns up. Right? The pin, making sure. See the one pin, right? Making sure that it is right at this end. I'm gonna come here. I'm also gonna do the same thing. Just like, pull this a little bit. The inside. My pin. I'm gonna take now stitch half inch from there. Now, after which we're done doing so, we're gonna just pull this up like that. I'll try to make sure they match up. Good. Are you trying to disturb? You can see, right? Remember, we do not first of all press up the front of it, first of all. Okay, now the idea is for us to go ahead and join up the side seams of it. So we have where our breast is going to go. You see how beautiful it is, right? You know, you learn everything there. Before I go ahead now, try to see, I'm going to see if all this part here are actually good to go. Okay, I'm going to try to see. Okay. Now, let's join the sides a little bit. I'm going to take each piece. If you want, you can go ahead and press this up first. I'll do that later. I'm going to come here, bring it here, like this. Join, like that. Right, so I'm going to just pin here, like this. I'm going to join. We'll start joining from this part here. Now also join this part here. See? So one stitch. But I have an inch. I'm gonna come here. And now we trim one side from the beginning, from the lining. This part, because it's so longer, but we forgot to trim the other side. So let's see. Right, Everything is looking good and perfect for now. You can see, right? Okay. Top of this that we have not really pressed this up, but we're gonna go ahead now. Take our time to press it up. Everything is looking good and perfect. You see? Oh my god. Let me go ahead quickly press this up. I'm gonna press this side because the only thing I'm gonna press this back, press this to lay it flat, and now the only thing we have to do is to join this downer part of it. Well, let me go ahead and join that up before I can go ahead and press it back. And you're going to, if you want to add lining to it, this is the best time for you to add, boning to it. This is the best time for you to add your boning to it, okay? You can go ahead and add boning from the inside, but you needed to add boning here, like this. Maybe you want to add boning. This is the best time for you to do so, like this. I can just go ahead and, let's see. Okay. I got this boning that I already have a boning casing, so it's going to make my life much easier. So I'm going to be adding boning to it, making sure I leave at least 1 inch away. For example, if what you have here, like this, if what you have there, let's check what you have there in the center here is 13 inch. We're going to be cutting our boning at 12 inch. 12 inch. Okay, I'm just going to be adding few boning to it. 12 inch. Okay. Now I will also try to add one here. Okay, but this part is going to be a little bit tricky, but I'm going to try to add it. And I'll also add one here, and add one at the back too, even though we had already stitched this. I think at the back I'm not going to add anything, but I'm going to add one and two at the front. You can go ahead and do whatever you want from the top all the way to the downer part. You can go ahead now. I'm going to just add right there at the center. Alright, I was stitching one boning to it. You stitch it this way, like that. And like I said, I'm going to be adding one here. Let's do how many? Okay. Okay. Make sure I trim. So focus to add the boning just at the center of it. The back can be like that. We don't really need boning. We want the front to be a little bit shabby for now. So just do that. I'm gonna add up like that. Like I said, you can add your boning all the way to the back too, but it's up to you. Now I'm gonna move this aside. What I have to do now is just to go ahead and make sure that the part here is much shorter, so that I'll be able to just stitch here at this top. But I'm gonna pull it up like that. I'll be stitching them here so that it will not move like this. I'm gonna stitch it. Okay, I'm gonna stitch too. I'm making it much smaller You see now? So I'll be able to stitch here like this. This is what I need to do. Like this. I'll just go ahead and stitch this part so that they line. Put it up here and bring it here, and I'm gonna stitch. Excusez-moi. The music has stopped it. Oh. Where is this one going from? Sorry, you asking for me back. Can you tell me where you got the nerves? Okay. So now, let's go ahead and start stitching the bonnet on those lines that we've drawn. But this part here is going to be a little bit tricky. This part that you can see here is going to be tricky, right? So I'm going to start the most easiest. When you're stitching, you stitch it up like this, right? Remember that we are leaving 1/2 inch at the dominant part, 1/2 inch at the top. So I'm gonna pick and I'm gonna stitch right on top of the line that I've just marked. It is better for you to stitch up your boning before adding up the lining to it. So I'm making sure I leave at least 1/2 inch at the top. Stitch right on my line. So I've just placed it right on top of the line and just mark. Okay. So you can see I've stitched the boning to it, right? This is it. The boning will help you to give you the structure of your top, right? So we're gonna do the other side. Remember I said it is best for you to do this before adding up the lining to it, and you need to at least leave a space so that we'll be able now to go ahead. This part we're not gonna just stitch it up like that from the other side. So then we'll go ahead and do this other. What's this one? Yeah, okay. This is the best boning that I've used. That it comes with this. I bought it on Amazon so many years ago. I was buying my things so many times, so many years. I can keep them forever. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bring this other part. Remember, we are stitching about 1/2 inch away, not to choke off from the top. Okay. I'm placing it right on top of that line that I mark. Then I'll start stitching. Okay. And this boning like this is the stitchable boning. Let's check the skirts. I know the live stream is kind of a little bit longer. If you've been watching it from the beginning, you should be able to go ahead and make up your own this top. And I've already done this. You see that the thing is already giving up the vibe. It's coming out. You can see for yourself. It's beautiful. I love it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You know, I am making this stuff because I went to the shop the other time. I saw one. You could wear it off the shirt. I mean, you put this on a shirt. I said to myself, let me come and create one for myself. My sister had given me this pant for a very long time. I said, I'm going to create one. Oh my god, why this thing coming out like this? Oh god. Oh, my thread, maybe the other. My thread is finished. What? No, it's this one. I didn't want it to add bonnet, add it to it, so that's why I'm adding it. Normally I should have added this up before going ahead to join this line into it. The bonnet is going to help you to give you the texture you're looking for. This is it, and this is one here, this is one here. The only thing now we need to do is to add up here. So let me first of all try to see. I'm thinking that if I can leave it up like this, slowly okay. Alright, so I think I'm going to just leave it up like that. Just add clip on it. That's good to go. Right. The only thing I don't really like, because this is the neckline is kind of a little bit too off. I shall make it a little bit lower on this. And it's good to go. So as this is it. I don't know if you can see it. Right? It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Then okay. So guys, I'll not be adding the other thing to it, so I'm gonna leave it up like that, and it's going to be just 3. Now, what I realized that, remember I said we're going to, normally we're supposed to minus at least inches from the back, but we didn't. So I'm going to do that here, so that at least it should not be too close to each other. It should not be too close to each other. So I'm going to minus 1 inch, about 1 inch at the side here. And come on. So the other bone I will not be using it. I'm going to keep it for another time. Whenever you come up, it's tighter. So when I'm done stitching, so we minus at least half inch here. Not even half inch, but at least. Normally, when you add pop straps, you're supposed to minus some inches for that. But since I didn't do so, I'm gonna do it. My thread is finished. Yeah? So I don't know if I have black thread. Yeah? Oh, I don't think so. No. This is not black, but I'm going to use this one. I don't want to wind thread now, so I'm just going to use this. Okay, so I'm going to go back and come here. Whatever I've taken from there, I will have to trim that off. I'll have to trim it up. It's beautiful. The top is beautiful. I love it. No. And then I'm gonna do it up like this. Like that. Gonna stitch about half an inch away. Then we'll be leaving at least 2 inch so I'll be able to turn that off. I'm gonna join here. remember that we have to leave space that will be able to tie that up. Okay, so I'm going to be leaving a little, not only 2 inches, as I didn't measure 2 inches. No, if you leave 2 inches, there's no way you'll be able to turn this up because it has a little bit of bone inside. So we leave about at least, if it is too small. I'm gonna just trim. Now we're gonna try now to turn it up. This part, I even left it too small. Too small. I'm gonna hold it from this side. And up, back down. Remember, we have added small boning in there. So you're going to be very careful not to break the boning. Because you know that the boning can break too. Okay. See our dog. We're gonna go ahead now and press it up. Because this is how it's supposed to be. Now I'm gonna go ahead and press it up. I'll press this up, then I'm gonna give a stitch here. All the way around. Okay? And I'll press this up. I'm also gonna give a stitch at the top part. Everything is good to go. It's good to go. Let's go the pressing time to lay everything flat. Everything flat. Okay? Instead of iron, this is something you can easily make at home. You can easily make it by yourself. After which you watch this video, you should be able to go ahead and make yours. Okay. So this is what we have got. You can see. How is it? Is it not beautiful? Can you see that? Our square neck has been done. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just I'm gonna hem it. Top stitch, not hem it. Top stitch right there. If you want yours to be neat, you can just go ahead and leave it up like that. But for me, I'm gonna hem. Okay, after we should make for the strap, it's quite very simple. I'm gonna see if I have black strap somewhere or not. If I don't have, I'll pick one tomorrow. Okay, you see now. Then if you want, you can also add an interface in here. I think I'm gonna top stitch here too. Top stitch and everything is looking good to go. I'm ready to wear. Everything is good and ready to wear. This top stitching part is optional. If you want, you just go ahead like that, okay? Can you see that? Can you see what we just been creating? Can you see this? This is gonna. Can you see what we just been creating here? This that is gonna have to come here. Huh? Now I'll go again and give it a final press. We add up the straps to it, and our corset square neck is been done. It's been done. Tomorrow we're going to be adding up the straps to it. Then I will have to top stitch here on the straps too, so that it should be well secured. So I hope you find this tutorial helpful. If you do, don't forget to follow Anita Handmade Creation for more coming up very soon. Thank you so much. I hope to see you some other time. Bye bye. Ciao, ciao. We've played of something today.